Okay, before I start this video, do not mind the crying child, okay? Like, I have a 2-year-old in my house right now for some reason. So just pretend that you don't hear her. Because, like, I don't. Okay, she stopped. Never mind. Maybe? You know what? Oh my god, this kid. Just pretend you don't hear her. You're my life, cow emoji account in today's day.
I'm number 268. Well, that's the number they stapled into my ear when I was born on the dairy farm. I don't have a name, but today I'm going to share my story. I've heard that most people have been taught that we are these magical milk machines that live on rolling green hillsides, producing an endless supply of milk for people to enjoy. Well,
But they don't produce an endless supply of milk. I mean, that's just a fact.
Couldn't be farther from the truth. I want to share with you what my life is really like, and what it takes to get my milk into your glass.
I don't really drink milk. I drink, I drink cereal milk. I just drink milk.
Okay, let me rewind to the beginning. When I was born, I had only a few hours with my mom before a man came and dragged me away from her. She let out anguished bellows from behind the metal bars that kept her from coming after me, watching in distress as they violently yanked my newborn body away. This is the first thing I experienced in life. Apparently they do this because I'm not allowed to continue.
Just saying, I'm very ashamed to currently have milk in my fridge. I have like 3 bottles of milk in my fridge right now. Everything I eat is made of milk. Oh dear.
You drinking my mother's milk, and instead they package it up and they sell it to you. I was dumped into a tiny, isolated pen. Since I'm not allowed to drink my own mother's milk, they fed me a milk replacement formula, but they only came to feed me twice a day. For the first few months of my life, I was hungry and desperate to suckle most of the time. I didn't have room to walk, run, or play, to make friends. I was denied virtually everything that was natural. I was standing in my own waste, and I lived like this for 6 months until I reached puberty.
Can't wait to see that one cow that has the 679 one or the 69 one stapled in their ear. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean. I feel bad for them. But who doesn't like Fetty Wap these days? Probably a lot of you.
As soon as I became fertile, life got much worse. Just like humans and other mammals, we only produce milk for our young, so we must become pregnant before we begin lactating. But while this may sound like a natural phenomenon, there's nothing natural about what happens in today's dairy farms.
Oh my dear.
I was put into what they call a rape rack and was forcibly impregnated by a human using artificial insemination. Like so many other females in the dairy industry, I was violated and exploited.
They didn't draw hooves. Why is that so important right now? They're talking about a cow being abused. I'm just talking about that they didn't draw hooves.
For my reproductive system. I was pregnant for 9 long months, and just like most mothers, when my baby finally came, I was overwhelmed with joy, love, and protectiveness. I cleaned him, nourished him with my milk, and we bonded immediately. His small body was snuggling against mine to keep warm in the night. He was perfect.
It's so cute.
But just as I was torn from my own mother not even a day after my birth, so was my son torn from me. Of all the pain I had endured, this was the worst. I cried out, desperate to have my baby back in my protective care. But it was no use. I knew what would happen to him. Since he was male, He
I
would
love
never
how
pretend.
they're saying draw my life cow, but you could clearly see their hand.
Milk and was of little value to the dairy industry, so he would be sent to a field farm. There, my baby boy would be confined so tightly that he could barely move. He'd be fed an iron-deficient diet until he became severely anemic. His muscles would atrophy, and after 3 or 4 months, he'd be killed. The flesh of my calf would then be sold as high-priced veal.
I am very ashamed to eat meat and have 3 bottles of milk in my fridge, along with some chocolate milk. But still, it tastes really good, and I don't think I could stop, to be honest. Like, how am I gonna eat protein? I don't just want nuts all day. I just don't want to eat just things that are not meat, okay? How much I love meat and stuff. Like, meat. Who doesn't want meat? Well, I bet there's some vegetarians watching this.
As soon as my baby was taken away, I was hooked up to a mechanical milk machine that pumped the milk from my body, the milk that I made for my calf. I was
Sounds
milked
painful.
twice a day for an entire year until I had little left to give. By that point, my udder was swollen and infected with something called
Can I skip this
mastitis.
part? Like, that
Lots
just
of the
looks
cows
gross.
around me had it, and it was incredibly painful.
Oh my god.
Another child, and again had to endure months of mechanical milking. This cycle continued every single year of my life until now. I'm just 7 years old, still an adolescent considering I can live to be 25 or 30 years. But I'm tired. I'm weak. My milk production levels are falling, and according to the men, I'm all used up and no longer profitable to the farm. This morning, the men loaded me onto a truck with dozens of other cows, and that brings me to now. We're bumping along the road, and I know where I'm headed. When cows are taken away, they never come back. I've heard the men joking about how we'll be sent to slaughter and our bodies will be butchered for meat, most likely. And I know where I'm headed. When cows are taken away, they never come back. I've heard the men joking about how we'll be sent to slaughter and our bodies will be butchered for meat, most likely for hamburgers. I just want to leave you with one plea. Please.
Actually, last night I had some steak with shrimp and sauce on it. I went to Applebee's. It was like this combo meal. It had mashed potatoes and broccoli on the side. It was like this steak with this ranch sauce and shrimp. It was actually really good. And I'm now very ashamed.
Leave our milk for our babies and stop supporting industries that exploit us for profit.
Oh god, what's...
If sharing my story can spare even one cow from this life of misery, maybe this won't have all been for nothing.
How'd they get there, though?
Be a part of creating a kinder world.
I don't think I could watch this anymore. I had steak last night with some milk. I had steak with milk. Steak with milk. I can't do this.